Hi everyone, Emma here. I have a lovely bracelet that I'm going to show you how to make. I think what we'll do today is we will um, do a couple of components and then you can finish it on your own because you just do the amount of components you need for your bracelet wrist size. So this is the first one I made. Let me enlarge this so you can see. This is the first one I made. I was trying to do like a poinsettia Christmassy type feel, so I used red 4mm pearls and some green for the middle of the flower, and then these lovely gold beads. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you, because I make so many bracelets, I don't know who they're going for. So what I tend to do is make it between a 7 and a 7.5 inch wrist, and I add a closed jump ring at the beginning. So then I don't have to decide right away about my clasp. I don't have to, decide if I'm putting an extender chain, any of that. I just add it right away. So you can just leave this little loop of beads and not add anything, and then just add a closed jump ring or a open jump ring. And the reason I do the closed one is because I've had it where I put the jump ring on and it doesn't quite close exactly tight, and it goes over your thread and like it falls off your wrist. So this piece here comes right off. So that's why I use closed jump rings. You can use whatever you use, and you can put your clasp right on directly. You don't have to. So let's take a look at, I was trying to think of some other kind of Christmassy fun colors. I decided to just go ahead with the light blue. This is called denim blue, and these are 4mm pearls, and we'll do some silver seed beads. Hopefully you can see it. It just occurred to me once I picked it out that maybe I should have picked some different colors that you can see better, but we'll see what we come up with. You're going to need your thread. So this is the other thing I like about this bracelet, is this is basically what you need. 2 beads. So I like this idea. Now you do need, a closure, and you can make your own closure with your beads as well. So, and then your thread. So I'm going to use the dragon thread. I was going to say dragon fire. Like I'm making up names now. We'll call you Bingo, because Bingo was his name-o. Ta-da! So put that aside. Before we get started on this, so you're going to need your needle. I'm using a size 10 needle. I think that's all you need. I am just checking these. This is not the label for these guys. I think these are not the right size. Let me check my other bottle. Where did I put? Oh, they're up here. I just cleared off my desk, so this is the other one. Okay, 11.0 galvanized. These are Tohos. Okay, so the Tohos are a little bit bigger. And I think these were galvanized Tohos that I used on this. So the reason being is just the regular round seed beads are a bit tinier. Now they will fit better in this design, but I actually liked how big these were, because it kind of went with the big beads. So this design, and I will link the original video. The person did these, but did it with 3mm pearls. It's considerably smaller. Wait till you see. So I'll show you. Look at the difference in size. That's incredible. So yeah, you know what? I like them both. This one I find is so dainty. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That is really pretty. But then let's move this one down here. Look. So that one's really nice too. So Don't be like, if you're looking at designs online and you think, oh, I don't have that size, try it with the different size. I mean, you can't go up too high without it starting to look really funny, but you know what? I think I will. I was going to say, I think I will try a bigger size, and you know what? I forgot. It's right here on my desk. I did try a bigger size. So 3mm pearls. They're all the 11.0 beads, but these are the galvanized Toho, so they are a little more tubular and bigger. So that's the 4mm pearls. Then I jumped up to the 6mm pearls, and I added a crystal bezel in between. So instead of putting the pearl in the middle, I put a crystal bezel, and this I will show you how to make. This was super easy, really, really simple to do. It's basically the same as here, but if you look on the back here, so you see you have a bit of a square, and there's 2 beads, then there's 2 beads. Well, on this one, I added a third set of beads. So there's 1, 2, and then there's 3, but we added the little picot in the middle. So then it's enough to accommodate your larger bead. So I will show you this one. This one is stunning. There's so much you can do with this. So that is awesome. And I'll just quickly show you the other tiny one that I started. This one's pink. And play with it. Change up the seed bead colors. Look at this. Pink with, and these are the 3mm pearls with the Toho galvanized pink. Isn't that crazy? And actually, I think I'm going to do an unboxing of these galvanized seed beads that I got at Bead. I dipped into these before I got a chance to do the unboxing. They are lovely. So delicious. So let's take a look. We are going to do 4mm because it's quick and it's fun. And these are great ideas if you have time left before Christmas to make for your friends and family. I think what I'd like to do is maybe try this in a more, I just ordered some gunmetal black seed beads, and I might take that maybe with some black pearls and do a men's bracelet. I think that would be amazing. I know my barber would be like, yeah, I'll wear that, thanks. He's like, I always bring him bracelets, and he's like, yeah. And then the other barbers in the barber shop are always like, so I'm just looking, what did I, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the galvanized because they're a little bigger. Yeah, so here's my closed jump rings. And so I already got my thread. Let's get our thread on our needle. So yeah, the other barbers are like, when I come in, they're kind of, hey Emma, how you doing? Like, usually my barber's busy and not ready for me. So I'll have to sit, and the other barbers come over and talk to me. They're schmoozing me up so I can make them some bracelets. They're so hilarious. I have so much fun at the barber shop. I'm just thinking, what was I watching? Oh, I was watching The Wonder Years, and the grandfather takes his grandson to the barber shop, and because it's all narrated by Don Cheadle in his, like, I think 12 or 13-year-old voice. So his grandfather takes him to the barber shop, and the jokes and the ribbing and stuff like that goes on at the barber shop, that's exactly what it's like when I go to the barber shop. It's all young guys that are barbers, and some young women too, and they're hilarious. Oh my gosh. So it's big time therapy for me to go to the barber shop. Okay, so I have my thread on. I am going to pick up, what did we do on this one here? So there is 1, 2, 3, 5 seed beads. There's 4 and 5. Let's move this out of the way so the background's white so you can see it. So I'm just hanging on, I'm pulling it to the bottom. And you don't need too big a thread on the end because we're going to tie this in a knot and cut it off. So we're like that. And make your knot. And pull tight. Oh, let's put our jump ring on since we pulled them out. Let's put that on there. Where am I here? Okay. And tie that in a knot. Pull tight. So you see, I think I'm going to enlarge this some more. There. Let's get another knot in there. That. Nice and tight. And I'll cut this off without cutting the other. Oh. That, you know what? That knot was not in there correctly. I can feel it loosening. So check your knots. I usually put 3. Let me just see if that. Well, it seems to be fine. So. Oh, it's super loose. Let's take that off. We'll do 3 on this. Okay, here's my needle. Try this again. I do unedited, playing it through videos. So if you don't like to watch people make mistakes, that's not my channel. It's not my jam. So I mentioned in the last couple of videos my issues with my breast, and I was thinking about this. I was thinking about how do I make people kind of joke and laugh about things, because yes, it's a very serious topic and scary and whatnot, and you want people to be professional, but on some level too, I find if people can joke about it, then it puts everybody at ease. So I'm thinking about, I go next Wednesday for my first biopsy. And I say first because after I got home from seeing my doctor and getting the biopsy ordered, I had to go back to get I was going to say a second breast exam, like I got multiple. Multiples more than 2, right? I got the other breast, so I have to go get that one checked out. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a biopsy on that one too. Okay, what did I say? 3. Anyway, so I was trying to think of something to say when I go for the biopsy that would be funny. So I came up with something. There's this television show called Resident Alien. It is so funny. And there's one part, I can't remember what so the alien comes to Earth and he takes over other people's bodies and he has a mission. And he ends up in a woman's body, and I can't remember what the situation was, but so he always reacts. He's funny, so, and vulnerable and stuff like that, right? So he always reacts to the different bodies he's in, so it makes it really funny. So he's in a woman's body, and he says, "My teats are mocking me. I don't understand." So I'm going to tell them when I go for my biopsy. Yes, my teats are mocking me. Take care of it. Do what you got to do. Okay, so we're ready. You know what? Actually, I think I am going to go all the way around this just to reinforce this thread because it's at the clasp. And I'm going around without pulling on it because that'll just bring the thread back around to the first position, which you want to double up knot there. So I can feel the knot in there. So that should work. There we go. There's our first set. So now we need to add 4 beads. We are coming out of this one here. We're going to go in through the other side like that. Now we're going to go through the next 3 beads. So I'll have to do it in 2 steps here. Here, like that. So we started out here, added 4 beads, and we're coming out of the 3rd like that. Now we're going to add 6. So just remember this whole thing is 4 and 6, 4 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because for me, I was kind of confused, and let me double check where I went. I made these last week, so I can't even remember. Oh, I can't believe. Let me look at. Let me look at this one here. This is silly now. Okay. Okay. I do believe it is like this. So you're coming out of this bead, you're going to go over to the second like this. No, I don't think. I think it's this way. That doesn't make any sense though. No, it's this way here. Sorry about this. This is, I should have checked before I started. Okay, I'm just going to pull that tight. So we had our 4 beads on. We went through 3 beads, added 6 beads, and then go over 1 more bead so that you go through. So you're coming out of here with your 6 and you're going through the one next to it. So you have 2 beads there that you're going through, pulling through. And I apologize for that confusion. So this is what you want to have, okay? Because now this is where we're going to create our little square. So if you look at the back side of this, it has this square pattern. 1 wall, next wall, next wall, next wall, creating a square of 2 beads each. I should keep that close by. I have a feeling. So now we're coming out of this one here. We're going to go through the first 2 here. Let's do it this way. We're going to go through the first 2 like that. And circle. We're going to add 2 beads coming out of this side here, and we're going to go into this side like that. Like that. Now we're going to go through the next 2. So you're going to complete this square, and you're going to go around and add 2 to each of these sides of the square. So we're going to add 2 more. So we're coming out of this side, we're going to go into the next side. Like that with your 2 beads. Like that. You're going to go through your 2 beads. That. Pick up 2. Coming out of this side here, we're going to go into the other side. And it's going to pop those beads right next to each other. Like that. Okay. Now, we're coming out of this one here. We're going to go through this one here, and this one here, and we're going to come back. We're going to add our pearl. So we can go through these 2 at the same time. Like that. What this does too at this level, no, you know what, sorry, we needed to slide through here first, because you can see this thread and you don't want to see that thread. So let's pop back out here. It's coming back to me. Okay. And it looped on that thread. Let's move that out of there. Okay. It's coming out of here. Go through your next 2 beads here, like that. There, it tightens everything as well. Okay. So now we can put our middle pearl in there. So let's cut these. Okay, pick up your 4mm pearl, or if you're doing the 3mm version. Okay, let's hang on to this so you can see. So we are going to go across to these 2 beads. Let me turn this so I can get my needle in there. See if I can hang on to that. So there's your thread. We're going to go on. It's coming out of this side here. We want to go through this side. Let's go through these guys like that. And make sure it pops on to the front like that. Okay. So now I'm going to go back around to the bottom, and that's how we're going to get our needle into that second bead. So let's just pull this down. It's loose now. Let's tighten everything. Because we're starting out, it's a little kind of finicky. There. Like that. Okay. Oh yeah, you can see these are loose. I don't want that. Let's pull this through. This one here is loose. That's what I'm trying to. Why is it so loose? This is weird. I cannot believe how much trouble I'm having with this. Okay. That in there. So we're making our way back around to these beads here. Not sure why that got loose, so I might reinforce it just to be safe here. Okay, so we're going to go in through here. So we want to go through this first bead and this second bead. That's a combined bead like that. And there. Okay. Pull tight there. It tightened it up a bit. Okay. Now we are going to add our next pearl. So grab your pearl. We're coming out. Oh, sorry. Need to go through this bead too. Here. This will definitely tighten it. Yeah. Okay, let's grab our pearl. We're going to go through the next bead, first bead only. This, you know what? This looks a lot more complicated than it is, but you know what? Hang in there. The next pass should be a lot better. I don't know why it's giving me trouble. Okay, we're going to add a bead to give us that little corner picot look, or you know, a diamond shape. We'll go through the next bead to create that shape like that. Get our next pearl. Do the same thing. So we're coming out of this bead here. We're going to go into the next bead and just that one. Like that. So you can see it's starting to come together a little better than I'm struggling. You have days like that, so pick up one bead. You're creating this kind of diamond shape here. So you're going to add a bead and go through the next bead. And I pull it and it just pops into place. Take another pearl. And I find these smaller pearls, there's a lot of finish on them, so sometimes it's hard to grab your pearl with your needle, so you kind of have to put it on. So now we have our pearl, we're coming out of this bead here, we're going to go into this bead here. Like that. Through. And this is another one, you kind of pull it and it's as it gets tighter and tighter, so yeah, just pull your thread and it snugs it in. You can feel it pop into place. Pick up another, just one 11-0. You're in between these two seed beads. You're coming out of this first one, you're going to go through the second one like that. And pop it in. Grab your next pearl. You're coming out of this one, you're going to go into this one and make your way around. So let's go through these two here. Like that. And there's your first piece. So let's do the next one a lot simpler. Okay, make your way around to this bead here. So we're going to go through the very next bead. We're going to go through the pearl. We can actually go through the next bead. You may have to go around. Oh, we got through that corner one too. So go through all of those like that. And then do the same. Go through these beads, through your pearl. get in through here without scratching up your pearl. Try this way. You might have to move things around to get in here. It's nice and snug. And go through those two there. Now we're ready to start the next component. The thing I like about this too is all one piece, so you can, some designs you have to do a bunch of these and then put them together. I like the idea that it's all one piece. Now, like I said, remember 4 and 6. So we start with 4 and then 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're coming out of that side. We're going to go into this side. Go through 3 of the beads. We'll just flip it for now. There's 2 and 3. And I'll tell you something, turn it back around. Because don't forget to keep this pearl on the same side every time. 2 of my bracelets I made, the pearl was on the other side. I was like, are you serious? I did it again. But I do this when I'm watching TV, so that's part of the problem. So now I remember what I forgot the last time on here. And that's why it was loose. Now, see, this area here is not attached. These 2 beads should be attached. That's what I forgot. So I apologize for that. It's a little kind of sneaky trick. So I'll show you about that in a sec. So we added 4. We went through 3. We're going to add 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're coming out of this side. We're going to go into the other side. Okay. Now, instead of going and adding our pieces, what we need to do is go through these 2 beads alone. And it also pops this out a bit. It connects these 4 beads together and it keeps your tension. So that's what I did wrong. So we're going to go through that first one. So we're coming out of this bead here after adding 6. Go through that one. And try and grab them in the same orientation. So the hole is on this side here. Go through that one. And watch what happens when we pull it tight. Ta-da! So now we have a nice little X and everything's connected. Oh. So now we're going to go through and add our sides to our beads, our square. So I'm going to go through these guys and that will secure it again. Nice and snug. We are going to go through these 2. Like that. Add 2. That. Go through the next 2 in the square. Add 2. So we're going to come out of this one, go into this one. That. And we're going to go through these 2. That. And pick up 2. That. There. So there's our square. We are going to go through these 2 here and that will connect everything together again. And then we grab our middle pearl. Here's the other thing you could do with this is you could do rainbow colors. You could do, and you can use other beads. You don't have to use pearls. So I'll have to try that. So we're coming out of this side here. We want it to cross over. go through here because there are pearls on there. It's in my hand, in case you can't see it there. So let me see if we can get this on there so you can see it pop into place. Just make sure your thread's not hooked. Keeps wanting to. There we go. So now I'll pull this here. So now let's go down through here. You could go the other way as well, it doesn't really matter. Go through those two, like that. Okay. So we are coming out of here. We're going to go into this one here, and we're going to cross over to the next bead and go through this third corner bead there. And now we're ready to add our pearls around the edges. Let's go pick up one. So you're coming out of this side here. And just go through one. These are really teeny tiny slippery. But let me tell you, you have to try it. It's so much fun and it just looks amazing. And it's kind of, as far as I'm concerned, limitless what you can do with this. So add a 11-0 to create the little corner. Like that. Pull so that it snugs in. Pick up a pearl, go through the next 11-0. So you're coming out of this one. We're going to go into the next 11-0. Snug it up. There. Add an 11-0 between those two beads. So I'll go through here. Pull tight. Pick up your pearl. Keep going around your little diamond shape. There, like that. Pick up an 11-0. You're coming out of this bead. You're going to go into the next one. That. There. Pick up a pearl. Again, these are, I was stringing little pearls like this. So annoying because the finish doesn't stay on, and I was using like beading wire, so I couldn't add a needle to it. Okay, so we're coming out of here. We've got our pearl on. We're going to go through these guys here. So we're going to set ourselves up for our next set. Just going to pull these in place and snug it up. This kind of, because these pearls are probably big for this orientation, you kind of have to do a little stretchy stretch. Okay, now we are going to go through like that and over and come out that bead, and we'll do at least one more. Where am I here? Okay, go through. So I might have it a little too tight, but you just play with it and see where your tension is. Oh, I see, it doesn't want to go through that pearl. Let's see if I can get my needle through the seed bead first without scratching my pearl. So when I went to get this video ready, I grabbed a 10mm needle, and I had a feeling, I'm thinking, I think I need a 12. So we're going through 11 O's and 4mm pearls. You shouldn't need a 12, but I remember now why. Because trying to go through these guys, these pearls are so big, the 12 is a little more forgiving for bending than your 11O, but that's all preference. So let's see if we can get through here. You see how snug these things are, right? Let me get in. See if I can get in through the back. Yeah. I'm just going to flip this and try and get in through the back here. There. Okay, again, remember, check your orientation. I can't believe it. Well, I'll probably end up turning it before we get to that point. So let's start from the beginning and try and do this without mistakes. I laugh. Okay, 4. So remember, we're going to add 4, then add 6. Add 4, 11 O's. Okay. We are coming out of this side of this kind of corner bead here. We're going to go into the opposite side like that. Then remember, so really the number should be 4, 3, 6 because you want to go through 3 beads. So let's go through these 2 and this third one here. That. Okay. Then remember 6. We add 6 11 O's. So there's your 6. Coming out of this side, we're going to go, we want to start to position these 2 sets, okay? So we're going to go over to the next one. So we're actually going to go through 2 beads like that. And I'm just going to pull this tight and then bring it through like that. Okay. So now we got to remember we need to connect those 2 on the bottom to these 2 here. So let's go through this one, and you can see it's loose, but it will all tighten. So we'll go through this one here, skip that one in the corner, skip this one, go through this one, like that, okay, and this should tighten everything. Yeah, it does. So now we've created a kind of, you know how we're creating these sets here as we go along? Well, that's basically creating that here. So we need to connect these. So we'll go through this one here, these 2 beads. So I think that to me was the hardest part of this design, was not understanding this process here, but it's very important. So now our needle is ready to go. We can add our extra beads on each side, go to the next set of 2 like that, add 2, coming out of this side, go through those 2 again from the bottom side, and there's our first set. Go through these 2 here like that, add 2, here, and I'm just turning it, it just makes it easier. Go to the next 2, And we're just positioning our needle for the next, and it snugs those as well. Pick up 2. That. Coming out of this side, we're going to go into the other side. That. There. Go through the next set of 2 here. There, nice and snug. We're ready to add our middle pearl. Take a look and see where your other pearls are. Okay, we're on the right side. You know what might have happened too is the thread got looped on the bottom, and then I just pulled it and kept going, right? So we want to cross over, so we're going to come through these 2 on this side. So from the bottom to the top, cross the middle, and that will snug your pearl into the right position. Yeah, see how that just flipped all the way over to the bottom? So if I wasn't paying attention, there. Okay. So now we need our thread to come out on the bottom of these 2. So we're coming out of here. We're going to go through here like that. There. So tight. Go through these 2 underneath here. And we're going to go through. You could probably cross over to this bead again, but I like to kind of add the extra security of the pieces being together, attached securely. So go up this side bead, and we're ready for our corner pearls. So let me grab 4 of them. Let's grab the first one. Okay, so you have your pearl. You're coming out of this bead here. You're going to go into the next bead here. Tight. Pick up an 11-0. You're coming out of here. You're going to go into the next bead. This is going to give you your little diamond shape. That. Pick up your pearl. Coming out of here, you're going to go into the next 11-0. Pick up an 11-0. Coming out of here, we're going to go into this one. And pull it snug. Pops into place. And I'm flipping around, holding it with my fingers. Pick up your pearl. You're coming out of here. You're going to go into this one here. Let me not cross over my thread. Go into that one. And there, like that. Pick up your 11-0. We are coming out of here. We're going to go into the next 11-0. There, pop it into place, pick up your pearl, and we are done for this one. That. And so you can see it's kind of like just sitting there. That's why I pop it into place, and it makes it a little rigid. I just go through and stretch. This thread does stretch a bit. So there's the beginning of your bracelet. So you can go ahead and make as many components as you need for this bracelet, and then do the other side like this and add your clasp. So there you go. I hope that was helpful. I apologize. This was a bit confusing just because there's certain steps that you look at it and you go, oh, do I really need that step? And then you're like, Oh, wait a minute, like I did down here, and realizing I messed up. So that, so I can go through with some thread later and I will reinforce this area and create that little square that needs to be there. So okay, so that is that. I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned. I will be showing you how to do this one before too long. This is basically the same thing once, and I'm doing each component individually. So you could do all these diamond shapes and leave the hole open. But for this, I'm actually putting the crystal in, and the crystal is super easy. These were just resin crystals that I got that were rhinestones. So I took them out of the metal cage and just put them in there. So super easy bezeling to do. There we go. Okay, there's those and those. Move the needle out of the way. Let me do it this way so you can see. These lovely. So yeah, let me know if you try this out and what color did you use and what size. I'm really interested. They're both gorgeous. I can't pick. I mean, look at how beautifully dainty that is. So there you go. Take care, everybody. Bye.